guys, we got CCTV footage of men running onto a stolen boat that was seen 1 hour after Jay's disappearance. Make sure you guys hit the like button, do subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let's check this out.
But the investigator Mark Thomas is starting to get somewhere with the Jay Slater disappearance, and he's gone ahead and issued an update which is forwarded on to the police. He went ahead and said,
"This coming Monday will mark 4 weeks since Jay Slater went missing in Tenerife.
4 weeks.
Firstly, thank you to all of you who have made contact with information, either via email or direct messaging on social media. All of those messages have been read and noted. Overwhelmingly, people have wanted to share their own theories or tell us about something they have seen on social media or read online. I can assure you that we are monitoring the social media platforms and Facebook groups, so there is no need to contact us regarding anything you've read or seen online."
They've been watching everyone's social media account that has been talking about the Jay Slater case, and I can only assume that if you're, talking about something that fits in with what they've been building, they'll probably reach out to you.
These many contacts, we have received valuable information that we've been able to turn into useful intelligence and evidence.
There you go.
I would urge again an appeal for anybody who had contact with Jay in the last 48 hours before his disappearance to please get in contact. We've now had the opportunity to speak with or obtain information from nearly all the people that we know in the hours and days leading up to his disappearance. However, there are still a few we've not yet spoken to, and I would urge them to get in contact so that they can be ruled out of the investigation.
I wonder who they are. Maybe it's that guy Rocky. Have they spoken to Rocky? Did they speak to him?
Of those people we have spoken to, we are aware that not everything they have told us will be the truth. There are a number of reasons for this, including their own involvement in criminal activity. However, it must also be said that some of Jay's closest friends have fully engaged with us and discussed things that could cause them to be unfairly judged by the public.
Oh, that's interesting.
On the morning of the 17th of June, on arrival back to the rental, Jay spoke to a number of different people on
Still don't buy into this picture though, I'll tell you.
his phone, and they would describe him as very much awake and still buzzing. As a result of information we've received, we now know that Jay took certain actions whilst at the rental because he was clearly worried about his own safety, and this was shortly before he decided to leave. In the last few days, I've received a significant new piece of information which I've shared with both the British and Spanish police. This provides some clarity as to why he may have left in a hurry and did not want to return to the rental even though his phone was about to go flat. I know the internet is awash with theories. Some are massively wild speculation, others have elements of the truth, but overwhelmingly many are just made up. We are uniquely placed, having spoken to nearly all the key witnesses, to cross-check their accounts and evidence, thus building the clearest picture. We know that Jay was on his phone and alone at 08:50 on Monday the 17th of June, walking on a track just off the main road, about 30 minutes walk from the apartment.
But do we know if it's Jay though? I mean, is there CCTV footage of it being Jay in that area on his phone? Or could someone else be carrying the phone and we just make the assumption that it's Jay?
The cold, damp morning, only 18 degrees, with a high of that day only reaching 20. The evidence we've been able to collect, including the
Something don't sit right there with me, mate.
significant new intelligence, strongly supports that Jay is therefore most likely to be in or around the mountains. We suspect some distance from the last phone location drop.
Now, this part's interesting, talking about Jay potentially being in and around the mountains, and reasons for why will be revealed later on in this video.
Even after extensive searching done by highly experienced personnel, the rugged and dangerous areas, it's just not possible to rule out that he isn't still there. We've still not found evidence of a third-party criminal involvement in Jay's disappearance, although we have opened up links with dangerous criminal underworld of drugs and associated crime. We have a number of outstanding actions that still require completing and remain open-minded with our investigation. I would like to appeal again for any parties involved in their own searches to share their data with us so we can compile an accurate map showing the areas that still need searching.
Well, as you heard him, he still wants people within the last 48 hours of seeing Jay to come forward, as he knows there's missing key information. And of course, Mark saying about people not telling the truth is of course talking about Ayub with his criminal background. Mark also mentioned about the temperature that day, lows of 18, but I remember Lucy saying it being freezing up there, so I'm not sure where Lucy was talking about.
That's a very, very good point. And even the Ayub guy, he stuck to his story. He said that Jay arrived at his Airbnb alive and left alive. One of the things Ayub mentioned in his Instagram conversation with Festivai a few days ago was that Lucy turned up at his door knocking, and that's what woke him up. Now, one thing I want to question is, how did Lucy know where the Airbnb was?
Someone commented saying, if the terrain is so difficult to get to and through, how did Jay manage it in t-shirts and shorts? He can't be that deep into it, and honestly, I have to agree with the comment. Mark also does mention about there has been no links to criminal activity. However, why was Jay so scared to go back to the Airbnb? What could he possibly got himself into not involving criminal activity? Now, you guys are commenting about the whole boat and the CCTV. Someone commented saying, why is no one mentioning the stolen boat and the CCTV footage of men running into it with something and sailing off an hour after Jay went missing? Now,
and that is extremely weird. A stolen boat as well. And guys in this CCTV footage that we're about to watch are actually running onto the boat. It does look like they're carrying something. Can't say it is a body, but I don't know. This is extremely weird.
Now, as you can see, people do look like they're running to the boat, which is strange as this footage has now been deleted by the police, so people are saying. And the time of this CCTV recording is reported to be at 5:30 AM in the morning.
What? So you're telling me that police are deleting footage this 5 AM in the morning?
Is the exact spot where Ayub said himself and Jay stopped to get a drink, which seems very odd to me.
That is extremely interesting, because Ayub did actually say they stopped off at 5:30. He was specific with that time as well.
They leave and more people come back, and as you can see, the boat which is circled, there seems to be more than 2 people on this small boat, which was reported stolen. Did they take Jay on here?
So the last known location of Jay was in Santiago, where he was last seen with 2 men sitting on a bench just outside of a church. And then at approximately 7:10 in the morning, a boat called Maruba went online. Shortly thereafter, the boat left one of the beaches that were just 2.5 kilometers away from the last place that Jay was last seen. The very strange thing is that the boat started circulating on the northwest part of the island at about 8:30 in the morning. And as we all
8 in the morning. Now, this is the point that I wanted to make. When Jay come out of the Airbnb, maybe, just maybe, the left uphill was a quicker route to connect with the people that had this boat.
below 8:30 was roughly the time when Lucy received a phone call from Jay. Could Jay be on this boat? And shortly thereafter, at about 10 o'clock in the morning, the boat disappeared from the radar. Let me know what you think, guys.
Why would Jay be on the boat? Why did he go to the boat anyway? Now, what I am thinking is the people on the boat were a part of a group that were organized robbers. They were robbing things and they stole the boat, and they had a bunch of bags that it looked like they were running with there that were stolen items. Maybe Jay was involved in some way. Maybe in the 3 days of him being there, he might have stole a few things from a few places that he was told to go to and steal from. And they had a location where they were plotting the stuff up. I mean, one person did make a good point in the comments in one of the other videos that we done the other day. I'm sure Jay's mum said in one of her interviews, she told him not to go out there thieving. So again, this could link to this. And Jay could have been leaving the Airbnb because he was frightened that whatever he had was valuable. And then he maybe linked up with these guys that are on the boat. Is he still with the guys on the boat? But then it doesn't make sense with what Lucy's been saying. And then it doesn't make sense with what Brad's been saying. It's his first holiday. A lot of people will agree when I say it would be stupid to do such a thing on your first holiday. However, there might have been people in Tenerife that Jay already knew that was from the ends, and that's what gave him the confidence to go and do whatever he was doing over those past couple of days. I'm not saying this is true, I'm just trying to make sense of this, but it is pretty interesting, I'll tell you that for sure.
Seems very possible. This potentially could have happened. You guys still don't believe a word Lucy's saying from yesterday's video, and I saw someone post this photo of Jay with Lucy and other girls, and what they point out is some good information. They said, I feel like Lucy May Law has a very dominant character, where lads might even fear her, as she has a lot of control over this situation and obviously just used Jay, or more or less through him, to Wade's side. Feel sorry for him on this pic. Poor lad knew something was wrong, and just to indicate girls that always wear sunglasses in most pictures so you don't know where their eyes are looking, often get that when you're out and about, sitting down, but you can tell they're staring at you through their sunglasses, and sometimes when the sun shines down you can see them staring at you. But let me go back to the topic. Something is totally off here, which I must point out, Lucy does seem to wear sunglasses an awful lot, and even in this photo it looks in the night. Why would you be wearing sunglasses in somewhere that's dark? It just makes no sense.
There's something going on, you know, with this Jay Slater case, something very weird. There's just no way on God's earth, when you break it down, you would leave your Airbnb that was booked a couple of hours before they turned up, by the way, weird. There was just no way you would leave there on 1% battery to walk up the mountain the complete wrong way after somebody's told you the direction. And even further from that, there's a bus stop 2 meters away in front of the house. You just do not do that. And then for the phone's snap map last to be located in the middle of a mountain somewhere, completely off track. It's as if that has been put there to try and divert people from other things. There's something going on. I'm telling you now, there's...
The screenshot doesn't make any sense. You can ping where you are. You can do it via message. You can do it via WhatsApp. Why would you screenshot it, then go into WhatsApp to then send that?
I agree, and I still think the mountain area is a decoy. It seems way too professional. Like I've said numerous times, if Jay was in the mountains, there would have been some sort of breadcrumbs of evidence.
Exactly.
Surely.
They've had sniffer dogs all over that area. Those sniffer dogs would have surely picked up some sort of scent. They would have known that Jay was in that area, but they found nothing. Now, big up BS Media. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Link can be found down below. Anyway, make sure we hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if we are new. We've got more videos dropping. You don't want to miss out on those. So turn your notification bells on. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.